Hello everybody, and today we are going to go over the last 8 runes of the Elder Futhark TYR'S Aett, and we're going to give basically just a quick and dirty run through. This is what I normally will explain to people about the meanings of the runes as I'm doing a divination reading for them. So not super in detail, but this is kind of how you can get the feeling of the rune across to your client. So let's go down, take a look at TYR'S Aett. All right, so the first rune is Tiwas. As you can see, it looks like an arrow pointing upwards. This is Tyr's rune, and Tyr being the god of legalities, justice, war, strategy, things like that. This usually indicates some sort of legal matter, or it can indicate feelings of fairness, justice, or injustice. It also can mean a male in a relationship, so it has very much of a male energy there, so that's sometimes, depending on the runes that are surrounding it, that's what that could mean. Next one is Berkana. As you can see, the mother rune, you can see it looks like the breast and the belly of a mother. This one is really good for feminine energy, but also it could mean new beginnings, the birthing of new ideas and new things, or an actual birth. Next one is Tiwas. You can see this one looks like a side view of a horse, kind of, is what I explain to people, this being the saddle. Now, the reason why this is a horse, and it represents a partnership of sorts. So this is somebody close. This is like a horse and a rider. They can't communicate via language, so they have to communicate via very subtle movements. And that is kind of the relationship that this rune indicates. So it looks like also 2 people holding hands. So this is less of like a friend and more like a very personal relationship. The next one looks very similar, right? But Manaz is the Rune of Mankind. So this looks like 2 people kind of crossing their arms, kind of doing this, holding each other, supporting each other on the hips. So this usually indicates a group of people. This could be family, co-workers, things like that, because it's a multiple, it's kind of that energy of giving, that energy that you get from interacting with other human beings. Hence, if you notice here, this is also, looks like the rune Gifu, which is that mutual exchange of give and take. So this one is about kind of partnership, but mainly collaboration with other people, and it's a group setting of sorts there. So let's look at this next one, Lagus, Freya's rune, the rune of water. Njord, this is also Njord's rune. So Freya, like land, water, and then also Njord for sea. Now, if you think of that, think of water in all its forms. It's also very indicative of a female in a relationship. But water in all its forms, being like water, being able to maneuver through your challenges and obstacles like water, like a fish going upstream and just barely moving just a little bit out of the way of things that are coming in its way. Going too far, send you down the river. So Lagus. Also, it's a very good rune for messages of intuition. So when this comes up also, it's very good to trust your intuition and start looking at that a little bit more. Ingwas. Ing. Now the actual rune is this little diamond in here, but you can see, obviously this is the seed rune. You can see the roots coming down and the little leaves pushing out of the soil right here. This is a great rune. There's no reverse to it. And it means the beginning of something new, something that you've been cultivating and working on. And it is a very positive rune to have, especially when working on projects and different, just different things like that. Anything that you're trying to plant a seed into something to make it change. Speaking of, here we go. There we go, Dagaz right there. Dagaz is a very positive rune. It's the sun. The cycle of the sun. You can see it going up, going across, going down, always moving forward, like an infinity sign. Also looks like a butterfly wings. Looks like butterflies. So this one also can indicate a new beginning, and that every day is another opportunity for new beginnings. Every day is another day to make changes and to overcome obstacles in your life. There's no reverse to this. It's a very bright and warm rune, the last rune in the Futhark, Otala, or Otel. It's a rune of home and ancestry. You can see I kind of split it here, and you can see the roof And then you can see the ancestral roots growing down. This is a very protective rune, and it's about home and ancestry. So a lot of times this will come up when there are influences at the home or issues at the home. If there are mentors or people that you're getting advice from that are older, or from family, things like that, this may come up. This is all about your wherever you call home, and so hence it is a protective rune. So you can use this to protect your home with as well. But yeah, typically this has to do with home, and this will come up when there are either issues or a focus on the home front. And that's usually what happens with that. So there we go. There is the last of it. And that is TYR'S Aett, the last 8 runes of the Elder Futhark.